Hey everyone, welcome to One Awesome Autistic. I usually don't cover that many controversial subjects because I'm not wanting to kind of get a backlash from that, especially because I don't really have a lot of influence in the kind of like autistic world and autistic community. But I felt that this is a subject that needed to be covered. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about Sia's first film, which is called Music, and the kind of controversy that has been surrounding it for the past few months. It's only just starting to get released, but the controversy surrounding it started from when it was announced and trailers came out showing a neurotypical actress playing an autistic character. And that's where the controversy started, but it kind of grew and grew and grew. So a lot of people in the autistic community would prefer that an autistic character is portrayed by an autistic actor or actress, and a lot of people spoke up about that. They felt that a non-autistic actor would not be able to do the role justice as they don't have first-hand experience. And Maddie herself has said in interviews that to prepare for the role she watched YouTube videos of autistic children having meltdowns. Seeing an autistic child have a meltdown does not give you any idea of what it actually feels like to be that autistic person having a meltdown. So that's where the first kind of like mark against this film started. But it was Sia's responses to people that really made the controversy grow. And I don't know whether she actually did this intentionally because it's given the film a lot of publicity. But whether it was intentional or not, it was not the way to go about it at all. Firstly, she said that she had tried to do this film with an autistic actress, but that it was too stressful for the actress and all these other kind of like ableist responses. In other words, Sia and her team weren't willing to make accommodations for the autistic actress that they chose to play the role, so instead dumped that actress and chose Maddie Ziegler instead. Maddie Ziegler has done a lot of other projects for Sia in the past, and they feel like they work together well for a team, so she went straight to Maddie and chose her instead. We can only take Sia's word for it that she did try and do this with an autistic actress first. There doesn't seem to be any word about who this autistic actress was. Take that with a pinch of salt on whether it actually is true or not. And then it started blowing up more and more and more when an autistic actress turned around and was like, well, you know, I would have been available for this project, but I never heard about it, was never offered an audition, never saw any advertisement anywhere for any auditions. And Sia's response was, well, maybe you're just not a very good actress. Arrogant answer like that, not really the best approach to take to a situation like this that is already blowing up in a negative way around your project. It's a huge bad move, and if you're receiving criticism from a community that this film is meant to represent, then maybe listen to those people rather than attacking them might be an actual better move at this stage. And by this point, more and more autistic people was hearing about it, getting involved, airing their opinions, and the film hadn't even come out yet. This was all based on trailers and little information there was about the actual project of the film. But also Sia's fans started getting involved and started attacking the autistic community as well through social media. Sia did nothing to actually tell them to stop attacking or to defend the autistic community in any way. She just left the fans to it and just held no accountability or responsibility for what she had caused with her comments. My personal opinion at this stage on casting Maddie in the role is that that's actually not what I'm personally mad about to do with this film, and I'll talk about the bigger issue in a moment. The way I see it, it's a film and it's acting, so I don't mind a non-autistic actor playing an autistic role, but that's my personal opinion. Just like I don't mind somebody gay playing a straight role, somebody straight playing a gay role. If the character isn't written by an autistic person, then it doesn't really matter to me who plays it, because an actor can only do so much. They can only act the words that are written for them. They can only act in a way that they are directed to. So if it's not a role that's written by an autistic person, then it doesn't matter who plays the role, because it's still not going to be like an authentic representation of an autistic person. And of course, I think that there should be more representation of disabled people in the media, and I do think that more disabled people should be given the accommodations to be actors and work in the film industry and not be blocked out, because it does appear to be quite an ableist sector to work in. The biggest controversy surrounding the film came a little bit later and kind of more recently, when little bits of the film started to get leaked and it started to be released in different parts of the world. So at this point, it's been released in parts of Australia, so people have actually started to see the film. But a scene that was leaked is when the title character music is prone restrained by her older sister and is told to do so by a different character. And the reason this happens is because music is starting to have a meltdown, and the older sister character Zoo doesn't know what to do in that moment, because from the synopsis of the film it doesn't seem like that they were raised together and that she knows a lot about her sister and autism, and it's her journey on learning who her sister is. So she doesn't know what to do when music has a meltdown. The last thing you should do when an autistic person has a meltdown is prone restrain them. There are other forms of restraints that can be used safely. Looks less like restraint and more like a hug is kind of the techniques that you would use, but prone restraining anybody means that they are face down on the floor, and typically you are putting weight on them. While there are safe ways to do this, still isn't recommended, because that person is face down on the floor and their chest is restricted because their chest is on the floor, so they will not be able to breathe properly. As well as it being harmful, this is also can be very, very traumatic at a time when somebody needs to be de-escalated, and this is going to do the exact opposite. It's going to escalate the situation for them within themselves. In the film, it doesn't quite look as bad because Kate Hudson and Maddie Ziegler are round about the same kind of height. They're both slim people, they're both female, so it doesn't look quite as bad. But if you imagine a full-grown man and a 10-year-old child, and a full-grown man is putting their whole body weight on a 10-year-old child to pin them to the floor, think how distressing and how unsafe that is going to be. And you can easily look up online where there have been various cases where actually autistic children have died due to this. So it's not that it is just traumatic, it is actually lethal. There are also autistic people that have been speaking out on social media platforms like Twitter, saying that this happened to them when they were a child. When they were having a meltdown, they were prone restrained, and it caused trauma for them. So it is a type of technique that is always going to do harm. Recently, Sia has apologised, saying she listened to the wrong people and all this, but funnily enough, she has apologised days after her Golden Globe nomination was announced. Surprise, surprise. So obviously she doesn't want this controversy surrounding her and coming back up to bite her in the ass because she wants to win awards. Because winning awards will mean she gets more recognition and more money. So that's the only reason why she has apologised at this time. She's had all these months to apologise and never has simply attacked people. And you would think with the amount of money that Sia has that she would employ a better PR team who wouldn't let her speak for herself in these situations and would put out some positive publicity. As part of the apology, she has also said something that to me is contradictory. She has said that the film will have a warning at the beginning, like a disclaimer saying that it does have prone restraint shown in the film and that they in no way condone it and there are other safe techniques to use. And then she's also said in this same apology, in pretty much the next breath, that the scene is going to be cut out of the film. So which one is it? Is the scene still in the film but there's the disclaimer, or is the scene being cut out of the film and therefore there is no need for the disclaimer? Like, which one is it? Because that to me is confusing. I personally haven't seen the film. It's not available here yet. I don't know whether I actually want to subject myself to it. Part of me wants to watch it for research, so that then if it is terrible, I can tear it down with actually some first-hand knowledge. But I really just don't want to watch it. It just doesn't appeal to me in any way because of all this negativity surrounding it. And there is no way that I want to watch it. I'm not going to be paying to go to the cinema to see it because I'm not putting my hard-earned money into Sia's pocket after all this. Obviously, I know that an autistic character is never going to represent every autistic person because we are all so different. So there are going to be a lot of us that are not going to be able to relate to this character at all. But what we're seeing is there is a huge difference between a relatable character that helps to represent autistic people and publishing misinformation in media that actually harms the autistic community, like promo restraint. The whole promo restraint thing is something obviously that I am very, very mad about, so I'm going to leave it there, and that's pretty much like all the information that we have on the film until it is released worldwide and we see what happens with the Golden Globes and any other different types of awards ceremonies to see whether it's going to get any more nominations or not. If you're somebody that actually has seen the film, then let me know in the comments below what you actually think about it and whether you watched it with the things in mind about promo restraint being dangerous or not. Or if you're planning on seeing the film, let me know why you're planning on seeing the film, whether you're looking forward to it or not. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.